Turn that light.
Welcome to the Planet Rock Podcast, the hottest show in the cosmos. Get ready for insight and inspiration right here on Planet Rock with your special guest, Natasha, Calloway, and your cosmic guide through our ever-changing space and time. I'm your host, Raquel Herring.
Hello, and welcome to Planet Rock, your go-to destination for all things relationships, personal growth, and navigating life's twists and turns. I'm your host, Raquel Herring, your cosmic companion on this wild ride called life. Each episode of Planet Rock is packed with insights and inspiration to help you thrive in this ever-changing world. We're here to empower you. Tune in every Thursday at noon Eastern Standard Time on envision-radio.com and catch the new video replay every Saturday on YouTube. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on all of our latest episodes. And follow me on social media and visit raquelherring.com to stay connected. So today I'm so excited to introduce Natasha Naomi Calloway, a stand-up comedian known for her sharp wit, captivating storytelling, and high energy stage presence. Natasha's comedy is rooted in her own life, experiences of family relationships, and everyday absurdities we all face, delivered with warmth that makes every audience feel like they're in on the joke. For 20 years, Natasha has been making audiences laugh with her unique blend of observational humor and emotional depth. She's performed at the Dania Beach Improv, Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club, and she's opened up for some powerhouses like Miss Pat and Shane Gillis. Natasha's path to comedy was destined, not coincidental, growing up in a funny family and always drawn to humor from an early age. In today's conversation, we'll dive into her journey in comedy, the power of humor in healing, and how she's using her platform to make people laugh, reflect, and grow. So let's get on into it. Let's welcome Natasha Naomi Calloway. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for coming. It's good to have you.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, so much has happened. Your story is one of incredible passion and purpose. Let's start with your early days growing up in a funny family. When did you realize that comedy was your calling?
I definitely grew up in a family that was full of foolishness, to say the least. On both father's side, my mother's side, they both was just a bunch of ridiculous people. My dad was one to say stuff with a straight face that made no sense, but you like, what just happened? What did he just say? He had a neighbor that had a dog, like some Dobermans that would just bark. And he used to always tell us, if you keep making noise, we'll send you to the neighbor house. I'm like, why would you do that? He said, you notice his dogs don't bark anymore. Well, as kids, we didn't notice it. We was just going about our business, but we were like, yeah, the dogs, they don't bark anymore. What's going on? He said, well, the owner had their voice boxes taken out. So I asked them, the only thing you can see is the dogs doing this. I was like, now, Daddy, that man did not. Dogs woke up. He said, "Why you think they'll make noise?" So it was just nonsense like that. My mom is a character, and just growing up in an environment full of laughter and love. Most of the times we were picking on each other. You know how we did back in the day. Families just being a riot, basically. But I didn't know then that I would be a comedian. I didn't. I didn't know that stand-up comedy was my thing until I actually and started doing events at church, and had an event for Black History Month. So they was like, we need a character. Would you like to be that extra character? I was like, cool. What does she have to do? It's like, oh, just be an old lady. So I said, I'll be an old lady, and I created my own lines. It was like, just say anything. Well, I went on stage, and I had on the front of my glasses. I couldn't see anything. So that's the first thing I said when I got on stage. I was like, I can't see y'all. So they started laughing, and I was like, okay, that's cool. But I went out and I did like a Harlem shake. I was like, my neck, my back, my neck, and my back. That little performance, I looked up and people were running up and down the aisles, cracking up. I was like, whoa, what is that? I want to do.
Wow.
So at that moment was when I realized, okay, I want to make people laugh for real.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
and you've been doing this. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's been a fun journey. I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's been a fun journey.
Yeah, it's definitely been a fun journey. It's been an interesting journey. After that moment, I tried to kind of hide with groups. I would do a lot of events with other people. I would do a lot of events with, like women's fellowships. I'll create little characters and I'll do things. And my pastor at the time, she was just like, I want to see you. I want to see you by yourself. And there's a comedian named Akintunde, a Christian comedian named Akintunde. And he was coming to his show called It's Time to Laugh. So she called me in the office one Sunday at church. I was in the parking lot, minding my business, talking to my friends, and they were like, Pastor Yvette want to see you. I'm like, what I did. I was scared because, she was probably, I was like, I had to check. I had to check myself because I fall in the office willy-nilly. And she like, Lord told me this. I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm going to go in the office. Seriously, I was going to go home. Raquel, I wanted if I did something wrong, I'm going home. Well, I went in the office. Yeah. He was sitting there, and he asked me who was my favorite comedian. I said, well, Richard Pryor, Bill Cosby. Richard Pryor, of course, because of his timing, and he's just hilarious. And Bill Cosby because of his storytelling, and he was able to do all of it. So I said, I definitely want to be like those. I like those two comedians. He said, well, I want to see you do the show. I'm going to give you 7 minutes at the beginning of our show. I was like, live? Like, people right. Comedians do. I'm like, but you want to, excuse me. Like, you want me to be on stage with a microphone in front of people? I ain't never did that. He said, you're going to do it on Friday. This was Sunday. I'm not saying this to be like, she's from Sunday to Friday. I was sleeping and God will wake me up with jokes. Wake up, write it down. And that's how I got my first 7 minutes. Awesome. So from then on, I just been like, okay, let's do this. It's been great.
Wow. I'm sorry?
No, I said it's been great. It's been great.
I believe that is so funny how I started doing stand-up and I did it off of a dare because, kind of a guy was like, well, I think you should do stand-up. Would you do it? I dare you. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. And he was like, what? Like no one ever agrees to that. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And oh my gosh, it was so nerve-wracking. Oh my goodness. How do you get over? Like, do you still get those feelings? Because I know when it was time for me to go up, like the whole week, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I felt like I'm sweating. I got bubble guts, everything. How did that work for you?
Let me tell you, no one told me about the nerves with your body and stuff happening before you go on stage. So even when I did that play back then and got that part that made me realize I like to make people laugh, my nerves were shot. I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. But still this day, but I know the host doesn't even have to tell me I'm next. My body, the fight or flight, my body will say, go to the bathroom. And I had to know that was a fight or flight response. It was a fear to go on stage. So my body would say, let's go to the bathroom. Let's get out of here. Let's run. And the first few times I'm like, okay, but I don't have to go to the bathroom. What's happening? I'm like, I get it. I'm like, oh, we good. That still happens to me right now.
Really? My goodness.
I'm about to go on stage. It's wild. Yeah, I still get nervous.
Oh my goodness. Your body's like, it's time.
Time to go. It's not a drill, people. Let's run it out.
Right. But then when you get up there and you hear the first laugh, it's like all those nerves go away.
Everything disappears and it's just me, God, and the microphone. Because every
Yeah.
stage, I definitely be praying on the side because I don't have to do comedy. I get to do
Hmm.
comedy, so I don't
Yeah.
take it. And I love what I do. Like it's so
Hmm.
my training, my training for comedy before I even knew it. I used to listen to Richard Pryor albums when I was like in middle school. Kids, do not do this at home. Do not look up Richard Pryor, okay? Tasha did not tell you. I want y'all to, I ain't tell y'all to look up Richard Pryor. I'm not telling y'all to do this. But what I used to, I would listen to my mom's Richard Pryor albums because she had the old school, the old school huge record player and radio thing. Like I was born in 76, so they had them big wooden pieces of furniture. So I would get her album and I would put on Richard Pryor. I learned that verbatim in middle school. Richard Pryor. Hmm?
Richard Pryor verbatim. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And and I was cool and recited to my friends because I thought it was hilarious. But I didn't know I was training myself in timing. I didn't know that I was training myself on stage presence and storytelling and captivating the audience. I didn't know that's what I was doing. I just thought it was hilarious,
Hmm.
and I was sneaking listen to it. So my mom didn't find that out until like maybe a year ago. She was like, "What?
A year ago. What?
Your girl can keep a secret. Take it to the grave."
Yes. Obviously, you could keep a secret.
You tell me and say to me, you're gonna go forget it or I never say it. But no, I just feel like I don't have to do comedy. I get comedy. So when I'm on stage, it's free. Like you're literally people are coming to see you and they don't know how much they're helping you in that moment.
Hmm.
So I get to help my
Hmm. Hmm.
people laugh. And I know that laughter is healing. So I'm healing while I'm healing others. It's just an amazing, awesome,
Mm.
wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing.
Yes. Well, now there had to be some pivotal moments in your journey that made you say, "This is what I'm meant to do."
Well, let me tell you how smart I am. So
Okay.
I did my first stand-up routine, if you will, on that stage with Akintunde. Loved it. I was just like, whoa, God, what is this? This is so cool. Let's do more of it. And after the show, like I said, Apostle Prophet Yvette, she was prophet. God rest her soul. She was a prophet. So she came to me on
Hmm.
the whole audience. Mind you, it was 1,400 people in the audience. 2,200
Hmm.
my first time on stage. She
Wow.
said, new venue for you. I release you to the nations. My goofy self decided I was going to be a multi-level marketing genius. Hey, I had a plan. Okay. I needed money.
Yes.
So I'm going to sell this legal. I'm going to sell this Melaleuca oil. I'm going to sell this. Girl, you know the products. I had all of them. You
Yes.
understand? I was Mary Kay. I never really got with because I was like, I don't know if people gonna buy it because I really wasn't into makeup back then, so I couldn't sell it to
Hmm.
myself. I was selling it to people.
Hmm.
I was on it. You want to do this? Yeah. Have you all the sneak attack multi-level marketing meetings? I was putting those on. You think you coming to hang out with Tasha? No. You about to get a cookie and you watch this presentation because we gonna make this money. That was my plan.
Yeah.
Did it one day. I was like, I don't know if I was awake or if it was a dream, but God told me clearly. He said, you will do what I have destined for you to do, or you would die trying not to.
Mm.
With my smart self, because that's heavy. I was like, wow, God. I was in my early 20s. Wow, God. Wow. Well, no, don't kill me because he said he satisfied me with long life. So I ain't gonna die. So I'm gonna do this multi-level marketing. I'm gonna make this money and I'm gonna fund this
Hmm.
company. I was steadfast with multi-level marketing and on and off with comedy for about 10 years of my career. So a big chunk of my career, being disobedient, just out there doing what I think.
Mm.
How much money I made to make this number one lifestyle? How I knew that I was destined to do comedy? I
How?
made $132.17. 17 cents.
132.
Don't do that. No.
Wow.
Listen, because I bought the story, man. At least I made something. I got me a check for $8. This can be more. I just got
right. I just got to work harder. I got to get more people.
I just stickability. You know what I mean? I got to get family.
Yeah. Some stickability.
I was stuck. God was like, then I realized, oh, I'm gonna die from hunger because I ain't making no money in this. This is some nonsense. And finally, I got, all right, I'm laying aside all of that foolishness. I'm not to say that industry, if you're doing that industry, that's for you, then rock on. But I was being wholeheartedly disobedient. At one point, I was like, I'm not gonna anymore. I'm gonna fully focus on this. And that's when it really got bad. So I said, okay, this is my thing, God. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fully commit to making sure that I run myself as a comedian, as a professional, as what you put in me. And you can't get me to sell out if it don't have nothing to do with comedy. I'm not want to sell a t-shirt. Do it have something about comedy on the t-shirt? Because if it got anything else to do with, I'm not doing it. I'm scared. I don't want to be scared.
You scared to be out of purpose, huh?
You understand? I don't want to be out of my purpose and God's will for my life. Because guess what? That it's scary and it's cold and hungry over there. And sometimes it's lonely because when you need a lot, when you don't have money, you don't get invited to a lot of things. You don't.
Right.
Like, no, we can't invite her, pay her way in. We're not going to pick her up. You just see the pictures later. But y'all ain't come get me. No, bro. Sis, you can't go. That was my destiny alert. It took me a long time to be, I don't know when I had being disobedient. Don't do that. But it took me a long time to get my life together and say, okay, God, this is it. And from that moment, I can honestly say the lessons that I've learned in comedy, the understanding that I've had as far as being a professional on stage. My father was an entertainer. He passed away 5 years ago, but he was a singer. And professionalism and how he handled himself, I watched closely. And I was like, okay. And when I started doing stand-up and he was like, baby girl, this is good for you. He used to call me kiddo. He's like, kiddo, you're going to do great. He said, just stay professional. My dad wasn't no joke. He said, if they don't have your money, you don't have no jokes. He said, you ain't working.
I know that's right.
He said, they don't have your money, you don't have no jokes. You ain't working. Yes, sir.
That's right.
He said, because
that's right.
He said, maybe, he said, certain people you'll do a favor for. He said, but when you get known as that artist that will go out in favor, you'll get passed around. You'll never grow and be what you're supposed to be. So much wisdom from him that I've had the opportunity to experience. But since the moment of being like, okay, God, this is it, I've just been growing and growing and growing. And, my support system is awesome. My mom been calling me her little superstar since I was a baby. I'm like, what is she talking about? But, your parents. My husband, he's brutally honest. Oh, it be hurting sometimes. It be hurting sometimes. It do. But he be right. Like, so he'll get me back online. And then when I was like, I'm not going to do comedy anymore. He said, are you out of your mind? I'm not going to be with nobody who's not going to handle their destiny and handle it. This is who you are. I'm like, well, you ain't got to be so mean about it.
Wow.
Crying, and that man looked at me and said, I will not be manipulated by your tears. You're gonna do what you're supposed to do. I was like, those are what tears are made.
Wow.
Manipulation tactics. He wasn't happening. So you're gonna get right. So here I am.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful sports, and they won't let you shrink back. Yeah. And they're not criticizing you. They're like low, pushing you forward. They say you can do this, That's awesome. As someone growing up, I'm sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sneaking and listening to Richard Pryor albums. What comedians other than Richard Pryor and oh my gosh, you just said it.
Bill Cosby.
What other comedians have influenced you most in your style and your approach to comedy?
I've been told that I have a cadence of Kevin Hart. I love his work. I love how quick he is. I learned Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta for 5 years and was trying to do some things out there, but it was just because I didn't really set any real movements when I was there, but I learned a lot. And I learned how to get
Okay.
quick. You know, you can't, people don't show up to a comedy show for you to take 4 minutes to get to them to laugh. They're like, what are you doing? Where's the haha? So I learned how to hit fast in Atlanta. Kevin Hart is definitely one of them. I loved Robin Williams because he was just like, who is this volley? He's insane. He's insane. There's a guy named Jim Gaffigan. I really, really like him. He is phenomenal and hilarious on stage. Wanda Sykes is hilarious to me. There's so many comedians. Some more. Listen, Samora is, I don't know if she's from South Florida or she just lives in South Florida, but Samora is the person that I fan out about. Like I ran across her African American film festival, Black Film Festival, a long time ago. I had walked past plenty of stars. I was like, oh my gosh, there's that person. Oh my gosh, there's that person. She gracefully walked past. I was like, she was like, hi baby. I was like, more. She was like, yeah. She was like, you have a good night. I was like, okay. And when she walked up, I was like, what was that? What was that? Because I feel like she's so raw, a comedian, and standing her own ground, you know, and being in this industry for so long and not compromising who she knows she is on that stage. This other artist, Monique, she may get a lot of flack for who she is, but she's honest. And I met her and it was just like a warm hug from your grandmother. Like I literally teared up and she looked me, she was like, just how I was representation for you, there's other little Black girls watching you, so don't you ever quit. And she gave me this hug that was so real. Took her time with me, and then the next person eye contact. She's a beautiful spirit. So a lot of comedians that I look to, and I'm like, man, that's amazing. And who else? Oh, Miss Pat. Just her. I know her comedy is hard. If you ever listened to Pat before, her comedy is hard. But the fact that she still was able to, from what we see from the outside world, she's just starting her journey in her late 40s. Well, she's just being recognized in her late 40s. But for her to build what she's building the time that the world has recognized her, that's inspirational to me because I'm on the same track. I'm not 21 anymore, you know? So it lets me know that I can still do this where I am. And I keep trying to tell my brother, because my older brother works with her. He works on her show, the Miss Pat show. He plays Terry, her husband. And I was like, listen, bro, if you ever need a sister, that you got a sister that can play your sister, so they won't need to look for a sister. Come get me, you know.
For real, yeah. That's right.
I'll let you go. So, those are.
Wait, say it again.
Those are.
You know, let me just tell you this. Reason why I'm not saying anything, trying not to while you're talking. I'm gonna mark this out, is because like when I talk, the phone kind of everything breaks up. So that's why I'm not like saying anything. So you can get like a whole, you know, a line in there without the phone breaking up. Just so you know that I'm not sitting here being silent because I'm just not saying anything. I want to. I just don't want the phone to break up.
I understood. It's a little bit of a delay, so I understand.
Yeah, but I know you were talking about Miss Pat.
I was
and how your brother works for her, and you're like, look, if you ever need a sister, you got a sister. You get your sister on that show. I know that's right.
I'll let you, girl. So, so TV. Even with working and speaking with my brother all the time, I learned how different the dynamic of television and acting is from stand-up alone. And he was like, sis, what you do, he's like, I cannot do. He said that comedy is a different altogether in the industry. And he is an actor to his heart. He studied theater, started with theater, went to Broadway, won awards, been acting forever. He went to school for football, but ended up acting, and this is what he does. And he was just like, all I can tell you, baby girl, is just keep doing what you're doing, stay professional, and stand your ground when you do get in the room. Don't compromise yourself. He said, but I don't even know how to direct you and stand up. He introduced me to Miss Pat. He introduced me to Tommy Davidson. So he's trying to make some connections for me, but he doesn't know. Like people always, oh, your brother's an actor. Why he don't do this? First of all, don't get punched in the face by my brother. That's my baby. I'll fight you about my brother. Don't do it. But second of all, he's doing what he's supposed to do. I'm not the type of sibling or even this person like, oh, well, they got this over here. They should put me on. No, I got to do my work. My work will speak for me. And if I'm consistent in my work, got to be like, okay, this door is open to you. So I got to prove myself. So I just wanted to put that out there because I know people are here. Oh, she not with Miss Pat and her brother's living. Yeah, that's how they work. So, amen.
Well, I know on some instances, other people be like, we gonna put our friends on. I mean, that just happens. Like probably maybe they feel like in other communities they be like, they put each other on, and I understand though. Like in our community, it'd be like, you gotta prove yourself. You gotta pull yourself up too.
Yeah, and I wouldn't
Yeah.
have it the other way because I feel like it's a disservice to those who have worked to get where they are, and then you just the blue because of nepotism, and someone is putting you in a position, and then you get there and you just fumble it. And I was like, well, why is I never want to be that comedian when I show up. They're like, why is she here?
Right. No.
Stage. She is not funny.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to be that person. I want when I show up, my work speaks for me. And when other artists see me, they're like, oh, nah, Tasha straight. You'll see when she get on the mic. Yeah.
Yeah, you got the respect.
Absolutely. And
yeah, absolutely.
You only get it from work. That's it.
Right. Yeah. You've performed at venues like Dania Beach Improv and Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club and opened for the top people. What is it like stepping onto those stages? And the lights are on you and you're getting ready to do your comedy. What is it like? Like, what's one of the most memorable moments from your performances?
Well, I think everything happens so fast. It doesn't settle in until you're on your way.
Till later.
Yeah, you're on your way. Or you take a shower, you get to lay down and you're like, wait a minute. I was just at the Laugh Factory. Like that stuff doesn't register if someone read it back to you. I went to Laugh Factory in California. This little chick from Lauderdale. I like to say from Lauderdale. You know how for Lauderdale we kind of roll a D. I don't know where we get that from. Lauderdale. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a Fort Lauderdale thing. I don't know. If you real, who knows? But
if you really from Fort Lauderdale, you would know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. That's right. So just recognizing that I went to California and was able to perform on the stage, the Laugh Factory, that many people in my area or demographic don't get an opportunity to do, and that is so amazing. I saw another comedian that I really enjoy, Takara Williams. So I was in California. I was getting ready to go on stage. I knew they were going to call my name, and I'm standing like, okay, Tasha, you don't have to pee. You don't have to pee. Because my body is like, go to the bathroom. I'm like, no, we don't have to do it. Stop doing that. And she looked at me. She's like, you nervous? I said, yeah. She was like, you got it. You got it. So just that reassurance and that support and community is amazing. Dania Beach Improv, the Improv is another coveted stage. So the fact that I had the opportunity to not only perform on that stage, but headline on that stage and host at that stage, I'm like, this is an amazing opportunity. And then to go to Kimmel's Comedy Club, I was in Vegas like, okay, all right, God, where we going next? Because what you sending me? Where you sending me? Let me get this passport out because I don't know what you planning, but I'm digging all of this. This is amazing. And it just puts you in a different area. So other people know who you are. So when you really elevate it and God really puts you out there, It's like, oh, I remember seeing her. I work with her.
Mm-hmm.
That's why your reputation and your character and your integrity,
Mm-hmm.
your name is all you have. Natasha Naomi,
Mm-hmm.
all I have. If that name, when it's mentioned to other comedians, people be like, ugh, yeah, you don't, nah, I don't work with her. She this, she that, she whatever. She's mean, she's rude.
Mm-hmm.
If that follows your name or precedes your name,
Mm-hmm.
when it's time for you to be elevated, no one want to work with you. And
Mm-hmm.
I am work wittable. I am. I'm work
Mm-hmm.
wittable.
You're work wittable. Okay. On that note, I have to take a quick break. So before we dive back into this conversation, I want to take a quick moment to thank our sponsor, Envy Luxury Exclusive, the brand that's making self-care as essential as laughter in your life. Okay. We all know that life throws curveballs and the world can be tough, but taking a moment for yourself is non-negotiable. Whether you're in the midst of a busy comedy tour, juggling career goals, or just trying to get through the day, prioritizing your skin is one of the easiest ways to show yourself some love. Envy Luxury Exclusive is here to help you do just that. Their premium organic skincare products like the ultralight hydrating day and night face oil. I love it. Oh my gosh, it makes my skin feel so nourished and hydrated. And the luxuriously smooth body butter souffle. Look, I can't go back to using anything else besides it. Let me tell you, they are designed to nourish, rejuvenate, and protect your skin without breaking the bank. And they truly do that. I love these products. I've been using them for a while, but taking care of your skin is more than just vanity. It's about feeling good inside and out. And as Natasha Naomi Calloway shows us, laughter and self-care go hand in hand. So don't wait for the perfect moment to start investing in yourself. Do it today. Visit Envy Luxury Exclusive and treat your skin to the luxury it deserves. I'm gonna write that down. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll be back.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure I get the right. Okay, here we are. We're at the right spot now. Okay, I'm gonna get ready to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, and welcome back. Humor often comes from personal experiences. Can you share like some family dynamics and relationships that have shaped your comedy and how to use humor to reflect life's ups and downs? That comedy helped me a lot in those aspects. Tell me about your experience there.
Okay. Well, I am only child and my father's only girl.
Wait, say it again.
I'm
I'm
my
sorry.
my mother's only child and my father's only girl, right?
Okay.
So growing up with my mom, I'm spoiled. I'm used to hot meals. I'm used to what McDonald's. We didn't do that. That's garbage food. We don't eat that. We don't. No, we didn't. Some liver, smothered liver, mashed potato, homemade biscuits. That's what we eat in my house because it's just me and my mom. How my mom cooks me. Well,
Oh,
my mom decided when I was in elementary school, she decided that she wanted to further her education, ill, and she couldn't leave me at
she
home.
wanted to further her what?
Her education. I mean, how dare she?
Okay.
Right? Like, what are you,
Who does she think she is?
lady? You messing up our rotation. We got something good going, but all
Right.
my neck. You understand? Home from school, I let myself in, lock the door, don't let nobody, because mom said don't let nobody in. We were good. My snacks was on the second shelf of the refrigerator. I knew that I had access to that, and that alone don't touch anything else. We had a situation, we had a system, right? But she decided let me further my education so I could better myself. Gross. Okay. Then she was like, I got to send you to boot camp. Boot camp. Well, not necessarily boot camp. She sent me to Little Pompano with my auntie and my 4 cousins and my grandma. Baby, when you go, you and your mama, everything laid out the way you want, the foods that you want, to moving in with my aunt, my uncle, and my grandmother, moving in with them, who has 4 children, and they're working to make sure everybody got just a little bit, and you get put into that environment, no cultural training, no, hey, this is what happens here. They just dropped me in the war. You understand what I'm saying? They just dropped me in this situation, and I was petrified. My auntie, this is how I knew where I was. It happened one Thursday. I'll never forget it. It was night. Natasha, we have pizza. You want cheese or pepperoni? My bougie self, that was not, I said, well, auntie, I don't really want pizza because sometimes it upsets my stomach. Can I have liver with gravy, mashed potatoes, sweet peas, and my mom made these homemade biscuits? Can I have that for dinner? My auntie, looked down at my little house. She said, listen, we don't have that in my house. Get the order whatever you want. This is not Burger King. You will not have it your way. You're going to either eat this pizza or you're going to go to bed hungry. Now, do you want cheese or pepperoni or nothing at all? Oh, so that's how we do it. Okay,
That's how it work here.
That's how this works. Ain't nobody tell me. Y'all could just told me up front. I wouldn't have been. That's okay. Let me get the pepperoni. At least I got some protein, and I'll go ahead and take this indigestion to bed and not say another thing. Hey, so as far as a pivotal moment in my life that gives me material for Sage, literally, and my 4 cousins, oh my gosh, that was a culture shock. I'm still shell shocked.
Wow. Oh my gosh. No, I can't imagine that. I mean, being like the only child and then being dropped in with 4, honey. She was like, look, you gonna eat this?
Yeah.
Oh, that's that. Now you can figure it out. I ain't gonna worry about it. I heard that. She's like, I'm not gonna worry about it. You can figure it out.
Figure it out. What you got on your plate. I'm like, lady,
yes.
It's Thursday. The weekend time to eat this kind of food. We had a schedule and she threw off my whole week. I'm like, what do you mean? It's Thursday and we eating pizza. We normally eat pizza on Saturday. Like, it's today. Like, I don't even know what day we on because you're throwing off my meal schedule. Like, what is happening?
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Yes, the balancing of life's experiences with the comedy. I mean, you sound like you have been doing that very well, and people have been loving it. I love it.
Yeah,
you had an amazing journey in comedy, but you've also mentioned at times you've had some setbacks, right? What helped you get back on track? I know when you were feeling some kind of way, your husband was like, there's no way you gonna shrink back. No, we're not gonna have it. Like what other like setbacks you may have had, those moments, and how did you get back on track when you felt distracted or off course?
That's a good question, because there have been several when we were in Georgia. Our son was 6 going on 7, and then I had my daughter. So being pregnant in Georgia without my support system from Florida, because you move into a different environment, you don't have everybody you need. I couldn't move the way I was with comedy, but I said, at least if I do a little, like for me, if I still pool, I'm still getting wet, right? So I can
wait. Please say that again. Please say that all again.
When I was in Georgia, I had my daughter, so I couldn't move the way I could move here because my mom was in Florida. But that's a very hard time because I couldn't go to comedy clubs the way I want. I couldn't move the way I wanted. My husband was at work. I'm big pregnant. What am I gonna do? Drive around Atlanta to do an open mic by myself? So I didn't have a support system. But I said, well, let me find something close to me. And I found a open mic that was like literally up the street from my house. On Tuesdays I would go to, because I said, if at least I keep my foot in the pool, at least I'm still getting wet. You know, I was too afraid to totally move away from comedy. I always had to stay connected. When we got back to Florida in 2020, we came back to Florida. Of course, that year was horrible because of COVID. A lot of things happened. Like that was the year. A lot of stuff happened. That was the year I lost my father. I lost my mother-in-law. We lost our dog. Like it was so many things that
Wow,
came.
no, too much.
Moving into a new home with the kids because they had got used to Georgia. My born in Georgia. She was only 2 when we got back here. She was like, well, we're going, well, 3. And she wanted to go to her ABC school, but now we're not going anywhere because there's COVID. Then we caught COVID at my house and the kids had to come to my mom's. So they were without us for a few months and she was a baby. And my mom would call me and say, Tasha, she's having these screaming fits. I feel horrible. She, guys, you know, that was a lot. But I knew that once all of that passed, I had to get back to what I knew my thing was. That was the only thing that was encouraging me. So, well, one encouraging me, of course. And having situations like that, real life situations like that happen, and allowing yourself to still be in the thing, just nudge your way in. Like I said, I got to keep at least my foot in. If I keep my foot in, eventually submerge myself in the water. Well,
yeah,
things settled. That's when I started going to Dania Improv. That's when I started connecting with other comedians. And what happened was a very pivotal moment for me. I was comedian Marvin Dixon. And my father was a really good friend with James T. So he said, you know what, I'm going to connect you with Marvin Dixon. Maybe he can give you some pointers. So when I spoke to Marvin Dixon a message, right? And this is one of the things I did. I said, oh, my name's Natasha. I'm a clean comedian. And he checked for me. He called me back. He said, do you talk to other comedians? I was like, well, yeah. He said, I called around about you and nobody knows your name. He said, what I would encourage you to do, he said 2 things. You go into environments and say, comedian, you are telling other comedians that you're better than them already. I was like, wow. He said, because it automatically sets you apart and say, oh, she thinks better. He said, even if you don't think that. He said, if you're a comedian, you're a comedian. He said, I could say I'm a horse comedian. I only tell jokes about horses. It's going to separate me and make me only stay in rooms where they only talk about that topic. He's like, so you're a comedian. He said, and number 2, you have to get out and start speaking and engaging with other comedians so they can know your name. So pivotal for me because I was kind of like, okay, well, if something comes, I'll go do it. I'm in the house. I got to handle my family, whatever. If I get a chance, I'll go out. I really wasn't going to comedian. And I really still didn't know my voice yet or who I was. Well, now, yeah, I'm a comedian. And if you come to one of my shows, you're going to get a variety of stuff. It don't tell them what's going to come out of my mouth. But you're going to get but you're going to laugh. And
yeah,
those hard moments, they can make or break you. Either you're going to still, and regardless of what it is, shake yourself off a little bit, or you're going to say, you know what, let me find out where I'm going to go. I got locked in at Dania Improv, and there was a situation that happened where I wasn't able to go back for a while. I was devastated. And one of my close friends, her name is Fran, she was like, why are you so upset? Time for you to grow and move on. She said, yeah, the name of Dania Improv is good. Back here anytime. She said, but you're only coming here. It's time to grow. So that's why this door is being shut a little bit right now. Oh my God. After that, Vegas, California, Cocoa Beach, like all of these things, I was like, oh, I see what you did there, God. 10-4, I got it. Let's go. So the adversity is necessary for the growth. The adversity is necessary. So there have been some times, but it always land on my feet, kind of like a cat.
So based on all that you just told me, what advice would you give people who are feeling stuck, who are feeling unsure of their own lives, especially, this creative world, it can be something. What advice would you give them to help them get back on track?
there are a few things that I can say. Number one, you would do what God has destined for you to do, or you will die trying. Number two,
Trying not to do it.
try not to do it. You will die.
Like Jonah. Like, he was trying, but it wasn't going to happen until he did what he was supposed to do.
Don't be out here smelling like fish belly. Don't nobody want to be around a person fish belly, okay? Don't do that. Like, he ain't even supposed to be here. Don't do that. And don't be the last one to figure out what you're really supposed to do. That was crazy as well. When I started telling my friends and family and everybody around me, oh, I'm going to do that. They were like, it's about time. Duh, we knew that's who you were. You just took forever. That's crazy. Don't be the last one to figure out who you really are. And also just do it anyway. Do it afraid. Even if you're overthinking, because I do this all the time. I overthink something and I end up not posting anything. Post it anyway. Who cares? Already covered that topic. There are like, I don't know how many burger joints out there. They don't, Burger King don't care nothing about what McDonald's burgers taste like. They still selling burgers. You understand? Sonic don't care nothing.
True.
They're still selling burgers. So if you're on this topic or you still have an idea, as long as you're not rising somebody else's product, do it anyway. So that's what I say. Do it so you won't die not doing it. Do it afraid. And who you.
Yeah, can you say that again? Because of course, the whole time you said it was clunking out the whole time.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you were saying good stuff too, and that whole time, the whole time.
Disrespectful. Listen.
Yep. What advice would you give?
Okay, there are a few things that I can advise for someone who's, especially in this creative space. Number one, you're gonna do what God has destined for you to do, or you will literally die trying not to. It may not be a physical death, but you're gonna be hungry. I don't know about you, but I don't like being hungry. Do what you're supposed to do. Stay in line. Don't be the last one to know what you're supposed to do. Like, everyone around me knew that I was a comedian and entertainer. I didn't know it. So when all these opportunities will pop up, I'm like, oh my gosh, this happening, that happening, this is happening. They're like, duh. So don't be the last one around your friends and family to know what you're supposed to do. Don't be the last one to figure it out. Don't be like Jonah. Don't be the friend around everybody smelling fish. Don't nobody. You smell bad because you're out of place. You're out of pocket. Also, when it comes to posting, and social media world is real. I have content there. I'm still working on getting over that hump. But just because you see someone else post on this topic doesn't mean you can't post on it too. As long as you're not plagiarizing anyone, go ahead and post your content, because there are so many places out there. Burger King not worried about what McDonald's doing. McDonald's is not worried about what Sonic is doing. Sonic is not worried about. There's so many places where you can get the type of burger that you want. So be that type of entertainment that someone wants, because you won't get all the audiences. You're going to get your audience. And if you don't show up for your audience, you'll never figure out who they are. So that's the advice I would give.
Wow, that is solid advice for sure. Because I know I get that way. I have recorded things and won't post it. Overthinking it. And you're so right. Because it came to me like the Spirit said to me, just because somebody else may be talking about it, or you feel like these people aren't being talked about at this moment, doesn't mean that the premise isn't valid. And so it made me like, now when I hear you say that, I was like, why am I holding on to it? And it took me back to what I heard the Holy Spirit say, because you're right. McDonald's not worrying about what Burger King, Checkers, and none of the rest of them doing. They're all selling hamburgers and fries.
Absolutely.
And they're all doing their own thing, and everybody's getting paid doing it.
Something. And then your audience will patronize all of them, because where I live at right now, there's a McDonald's, there's a Checkers right across the street. If you go down the street one way, there's a Wendy's. If you go down the street one way, there's a Burger King. None of them are out of business. Everybody's selling the same thing.
That's good. You built an audience making people laugh, and you encourage them to reflect on their lives. Like this right here, you made me reflect. What do you hope your legacy will be in comedy?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, wow. Um, I would hope my legacy in comedy would be when someone brings up Natasha or someone brings up Calloway comedy, they can honestly say, man, she was exactly who she said she was.
Mm,
Um,
that's
I
good.
my biggest thing is being true to myself, so I'm true to in front of me because
Mm,
I'm not going to be preachy, but I can discern when someone needs encouragement. But if I can't captivate you long enough, then I've dismissed the opportunity for God to do what He needs to do. Whether
mm,
through a joke or a conversation, I am my desire and my legacy for anything is love. And I think that
mhm,
in everything that we do, because you trying to come up, you hustling, you so busy, you moving so fast, you got to go, 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 go. My biggest thing is love. So when you meet me
mhm,
face, I want you to be like, oh wow, she was genuinely who she said she was, and there was something coming off her, and that's love and God. So if I'm the only Jesus that you're gonna see, whether I just got off stage talking about something foolish, but at the end of
mhm,
the day, you think about who you are, where you're supposed to be walking. I've done what I'm supposed to do, and that's what I want my legacy to be.
mhm, mhm. Well, I love what you say about, your quote. You do what God has destined for you to do, or you will die trying not to do it.
Yes.
And that just resonates so much with everything you just said. And that's how you've conducted your life. You're going to do it. Yeah, I've had that moment with music when I just was like, no, I'm not doing it. And woo, it felt like if I didn't do it, I was going to live a life of being totally uncomfortable, like always feeling it in here, but trying to hold it in.
Yeah.
And yeah, it did not feel good. And I'm so glad when I submitted because all of that just came off of me like, whew. And like you said, when the God was waking you up, giving you the bits, right?
Yeah.
And He would just download those bits into you. That same thing would happen because I was trying so hard to run, but once I submitted, it was like
Yeah.
it was just coming to me. Like I was like, it's been like this all along. Like songwriting has been this easy.
Just wait.
I could never do it when I was with the labels. I could not write anything until I had that moment where I was with God, me, myself, and I and God, the Holy Spirit and Jesus, we're meeting. And yeah, I never felt so free than I did in that moment.
Yeah.
So I can totally understand that feeling for you. That's amazing. It's an
Yeah.
amazing place to be.
It is. It's a wonderful place to be, and not to say that you still don't have the challenge of because there's plenty of times I have to drag myself out of bed and out of the house. I don't want to go over here. I don't feel funny today, and then when I get on the mic, it all comes out, and I'm like, where'd that come from? That I didn't even write that. So I have to record my
Mhm.
so I can go back and listen to it because I'm like, that wasn't something that I've said before. Like, where did this come from? So that's why I said do it anyhow because something's
Mhm. Yeah. Wow. Do it anyway. You have brought so much comedy, so much laughter to people. And like we said, help them to reflect. And I know you just gave some advice, but let's give like just for those who are struggling in their tough times, just really trying to figure it out. I know you said that you started going to places where there's other comedians so you can introduce yourself, building your name, getting involved, networking with people. Sometimes people just can't find their passion. They know it's something in there. What would you tell them? Like, how can they get it out? How can they get in there and get it out?
um I think the biggest thing is to focus on what bothers you the most.
Mm.
said that before, and I'm like, that's true because it
What
bothers.
bothers you the most?
But whatever bothers you the most, your objective is that, and that's your thing.
Mhm.
I love joy. I love being a gift. I love laughter. So when people are around me and they that, I'm like, what is that? Why that way? So I understand why I'm a comedian. I understand why my
Mhm.
while I'm goofy, I'm glad God didn't give me nothing real serious to do. Cause I'm gonna like you ain't supposed to I'll be at a funeral. Okay, that's not you ain't supposed to be laughing at the funeral. Tasha, this ain't the place nor the time. I'm gonna find something because that's how I'm wired. What are you
Mhm.
struggling with anything, no matter what it is? If you're supposed to be writing books and publishing books, writing and publishing movies, distributing movies, whatever it is, you're supposed to be out there in the industry of healthcare. If you're supposed to be a nurse, but you're like, I don't want to do it. I don't like blood. I don't like this. But what kind of nurse are you supposed to be? What is it that really irks you on the inside? You have to be affixed to that.
Mm.
So whatever that thing is, it could be
Good.
hungry. Well, maybe you don't have the capacity, or God didn't give you the capacity to start a food program, but He gave you a desire to be a chef. You always find yourself in the kitchen, putting in new, and your family like, oh, you should cook this, and you keep denying it. Maybe that's the thing that you need to pay attention to. So whatever your big ick is, like I can't stand when I see someone on TV and they're not telling the truth. Maybe you need to be in journalism so you can tell the truth and bring to people what really is, so you can be a part of the solution and not just complaining about the problem.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good. Thank you for that. Before we wrap up, where can people reach you to share, with our listeners, where your website, where can they get to you on social media?
So my website is bare bones. It is callawaycomedy.com, but I'm still working on building. But you still, if you go on the website, you can still email me for inquiries from there. So you can still connect to me from the site. I'm on all social media platforms under Calloway Comedy. I'm too grown to be having Calloway Comedy over here and that girl tells jokes over there and ooh, she's funny over. Nah, and no, I don't snap unless it's peas, but Snapchat is Calloway Comedy. TikTok, Calloway Comedy, Instagram, Facebook, everything Calloway Comedy. I'm not joining any new social media platforms. So do not invite me to Lemon 8. I don't know what that is. I'm not doing it. I have a hard time.
I know it is a hard time because there's so many that you have to be on. There's so many to keep up with. Yeah, I've been scaling down too. It's like TikTok and YouTube for me. Every now and then I might be on Facebook or something, but I'm just finding the ones that I like. And I'm like, I think I'm going to hang out here. Other than fan base, I'm going to join that. But other than that, yeah,
It's too much going on. My
yeah.
my big. I'm so happy about. Okay, my next big
Wait, say
project.
it again.
I say my next big thing that I'm so happy about. That everyone, please, I would love to in the play on June 26, 20. I am recording my first at Boca Black
Wait,
Box.
June 26th. It's breaking up. June 26th. Please say all that again.
You know, this situation. Every time I say something important, the things start breaking up. But you know what? I got you. I see you. Don't worry about it. On June 26, 2025, that's a Thursday, 7 o'clock p.m. at Boca Black Box in Boca Raton, Florida. I am recording my first comedy special. It's called The Audacity. Um, I'm so excited about this project. I don't know what to do with myself. I have some funny guys that are going to go before me. It's going to be a full show. You're going to come, you're going to laugh, till you cry. My goal is to make you pee on yourself a little bit. So, hey, come prepared to stay dry because I'm definitely going to do that. But I've never recorded a special for myself. I've never done something this big, and it will be on the streaming platforms. I'm recording it for Amazon Prime, to shop to Tubi, to What else is there? I just went blank. Oh, Roku TV, whatever platforms are out there, I'm shopping to have it on there because I watch these other comedians out there and they're doing their thing. And some of them I'm like, you know what? I can do that. So why not? So Audacity, Boca Black Box Theater, June 26, 2025. That is a Thursday. You have been notified. You can take Thursday off.
Boca to take Thursdays off. Boca, what is the theater called?
Boca Black Box.
Boca Black Box in Boca Raton?
Yes, in Boca Raton, Florida.
Okay.
Oh, I have the address on my phone, of course, duh. But
But June 26th.
June 26th. It's on Glades Road. June at 7 p.m. That's when the doors open. The show is going to start at 7:30. Like I said, it's going to be a phenomenal show. We're going to have a lot of different styles of comedy. So it'll be I have a host, Pookie F. Baby, young man, Josh Stein, that is hilarious. I keep calling him Josh or Jared. I think it's Jared. Sorry. Stein,
Okay.
because the J's be messing me up. Bert Cornelius.
Say that name again.
Lee Smith.
Lee. Okay.
And Bert Cornelius. Those are the gentlemen that are going to be opening for me. They are going to make me work for it. You understand? Because these guys are funny.
Okay.
They're not showing up to just be like, oh, let me help Tasha out. They are funny. So I'll be dogged if I let a bunch of men steal my show. So we're gonna have a good time.
Right. Yeah. Awesome. Well, y'all heard it, y'all. 7 p.m. June 26, 2025 at Boca Black Box. Yes. Natasha is recording her special. So if y'all can make it out there, please do and show your support. Natasha, thank you so much for tuning in. It was fun. It was an inspiring episode. Thank you for coming on to Planet Rock.
Thank you.
Your journey is powerful. Yes, and a reminder of the importance of doing what you are called to do and doing it with humor, heart, and purpose. For anyone out there chasing their dreams, Natasha's story is proof that even when life gets tough, it's throwing curveballs, laughter can help guide you all the way. Thank you again, Natasha.
No, thank you.
All right, you can catch Planet Rock every Thursday at noon Eastern Standard Time on envision-radio.com and check out the video replay on Saturday on YouTube, every Saturday on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. And follow me on social media and visit raquelherring.com for more updates. See you next week.
What an awesome show full of insight and inspiration. Thank you to our guests and listeners. Look forward to hearing us next week on envision-radio.com at 12 noon right here on Planet Rock. What an awesome show full of insight and inspiration. Thank you to our guests and listeners. Look forward to hearing us next week on envision-radio.com at 12 noon right here on Planet Rock.